Yeah, that's really cool.
You just put your clamp back in.
Damn, I'm tired. And just like that, I'm getting a pirate crew.
Arr, matey.
It's all right, dude. It's all right. The Salami Lid. It's now the Boomer Show.
Cameraman, come with me.
What's up, people? We are back with the King Zero V12 Supercar build. Yes, with the Zoomer.
Yes.
That was a weak intro, dude. And he, as a proper Zoomer, has his hat on, which in fact looks like an Arctic yarmulke. But also backed by popular demand is the Boomer. Boomer, where are you? The Boomer, in fact, has made his own hat.
Yes, I have.
That's a fashionable hat you have there, sir.
Yes, it is.
You look like you got some parasitic drag on it.
I made it myself.
Well, I would imagine. Okay,
This
so
is very aerodynamic.
I like your sunglasses. All right, well, that's good. Okay, the Boomer's got a hat, and I've got a welding helmet. That's kind of a thing. Also, I want to point out, you guys, in the last week's video with the King Zero, said I was crazy because I had a great idea. Do you remember what that is?
Something to do with pirate ship or something.
Yes. We're gonna get a pirate ship and start a pirate crew YouTube channel. It's brilliant. International waters, satellite internet. We've got this. Boomer, are you in?
Sure.
He's the cook. He'll use his hat to cook in. Anyway, I do want to point out an interesting thing about this channel is, I know for a fact there are a lot of CEOs, CFOs, executive suite level type people watching this that relate everything from smaller private equity firms to Fortune 500 companies, including Formula One team owners. And to them, I just want to say this. I'm out here with my real name, acting like a goofball, trying to do something intelligent. And I know the game you play is very quiet. You got to assemble a team. It's very difficult to bring your people in, even if you're doing a hostile takeover. And I had a great idea about starting a pirate ship. And just like that, I'm getting a pirate crew. Yes. Where's my pirate crew?
Arr, matey.
Yes.
What's up, guys?
Yes, that is Mark. He is currently working on the Corvette, and he is down with becoming a pirate. Beyond that, we could probably work on this car. I'm looking at his hat right now, getting distracted. Okay, let's talk this story about this hat here.
Well, I go down to the Sun and Fun in Lakeland, Florida every year.
And what is Sun and Fun?
Sun and Fun is a big fly-in. It's second only to Oshkosh.
It's really cool. It's all experimental aircraft and people who can make their own hats.
Well, we had one year, they said, well, because I work in the workshop area, showing people how to do metal shaping. And they came around to all the workshops and said, hey, everybody make a hat. This is what I made.
Ta-da!
Tell me you've ever seen a hat like this before.
Have I ever seen a hat like that?
No, isn't it the coolest thing you've ever seen?
I have never seen a hat like that. All right, so I admire the craftsmanship, sir. You can make a hat or a suit of armor. Enough of this. You all want to see what we're doing with the Zero, so let's get to work. What do we want to show? Do we want to show them what's going well and badly first, and then work on some stuff?
Probably. We need to catch up a little bit because a little bit's happened since the last episode.
Should I just go straight POV right now?
Could. Yeah.
Done.
We didn't have enough clearance for the hinges. So when you open up the lid, it would hit right here. So we had to take a lot of stuff out from underneath.
That is accurate. Long story short, when I designed this thing initially, it did not yet have the crown, it was flat. So the actual pivot point of the spherical bearings, the rod ends, that hopefully you can see down in there. I'm gonna turn the screen so I can tell what I'm doing. 1 second, guys. So if you can see the spherical bearings right down in there, they're sunken in a little bit. Rather than right at the surface. And the problem is, as the lid opened, now that it has the nice crown to give it the beautiful shape right there, as it started to open, the gap would get closer and hit on the backside. So I had to redesign the backside of the hatch, the part you can't see, so it clears. So it's clearing now. Now what else is screwed up?
That's the good news. I mean, look at how nice this works.
Look at that. Look at that, yes. All right, you guys, so it's now tomorrow. We started recording again, and it got messed up because I was trying to do too much. And this is an absurd amount of work, of which I am gaining a massive appreciation for what went into all handmade cars of the past. Now, Jacob here probably has something to say about the amount of work I and we have been doing.
Well, we've been working pretty steady.
I noticed you slightly emphasized the we
Yeah.
and not the you.
Yes. When did you start yesterday? Gavin, was about 1:30 in the afternoon? He actually did something?
Yeah.
Yeah, he picked up a tool about 1:30 in the afternoon and picked up the noisiest tool in the shop.
Well, thanks, Dad. I actually started working at like 6:45 in the morning when I picked up my phone and started going like this. That's not work, though, is it?
Boy, that phone really wears you out, I'm sure.
Yeah, doing all those things to keep the lights on and pays the bills and organizes everything for the future and makes people actually maybe want to watch this. Except for right now, because I'm not being exciting enough and funny enough, but damn, I'm tired. You're tired. I should just shut up. I have a better idea. It's now the Boomer Show. Here, put this in your pocket. You're the host. You're the chipper one that's getting all kinds of things done. Go around and show them what we've done.
Absolutely.
Wow. Yes.
Okay,
What should I do?
just stand there. Cameraman, come with me. Show you what we've been up to. We've been working on the tail end of the King Zero. We put this reinforcement right in here, and we put reveals in the back end so that we've got a nice firm support for our rear wing. Now, if you come around with me here, we were able to fashion a nice deep reveal. It's going to go all the way around, and this upper piece is parallel with the ground.
The taillights, you guys, are a bitch. So we decided to do something way cooler. And the only word I will give you is infinity. Yes. You have no idea what's in this sandwich. Okay, here we go. Let's try this again. You clip that on your thing. Point it at your face.
On my thing?
I don't know whatever this is, a collar.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. What else do we want to talk about?
Let's make the Zoomer talk.
And
Zoomer
now,
I got what they call 2020 vision.
yes.
Well,
does that
except it's
mean?
2021 now.
2020 sucked.
Yeah, it did.
2021's not that much better.
We'll get there.
All right, show them stuff.
That's what I'm doing.
All right.
I know what I'm doing. So aside from the tail end, which we were working on last, today, the new day, I've been working mostly on these fender liners now. We started doing the left rear, and so far at the moment, I have all three pieces for them. This little extra piece will just kind of go in here somewhere and totally close off the wheel well from the rest of the body, so rocks and dirt and crap doesn't get flown up in our nice tail lights and stuff. But yeah, right now they're just kind of held in with these Cleco clips, waiting to be welded in.
Just learned how to use today.
I've had these before, just 10 years ago.
Oh my God, stay with the phone.
After this, we're waiting to weld them in until we're able to work on these fenders a little bit more, because once we weld these in, it'll be kind of permanent. We won't really be able to have nearly the same access. But for now, they're just clipped in, waiting to be welded in finally, pending other work, and then go to the other side and do basically the same thing. This will be a little different, but mostly what I did on the other side is I took these sheets of metal and brought them all the way out as close to the fender as possible, gave them a nice little lip, and then let them overhang the existing fender well just a little bit so we have enough material to weld onto and seal everything up nice. And just bring that all the way down here as far as we can without dipping below the bodywork and looking kind of dumb. Now, because it is still my show and not the Boomer Show, and I do know how to use these in fact, I will demonstrate. So these little things are called Cleco grips. They make them in this nice little style where if you take the clamp and you press it out, these little tabs will come out that you can stick through holes that you drill in your metal. And then once you release them, they spread back out a little bit and hold two pieces of sheet metal together, roughly. They make other versions that are basically just like vice grips or clamps that you can just clamp other pieces to, but for just straight up sheet metal work, these work just fine. So working on this sheet, you can just go in and clamp some of these out, and you can see the piece already moves out from its holes. So once you drill these holes in, you just put your clamp back in, like so. Some of them are kind of crappy. They don't really fit very well. You just put your clamp back in, and then your piece is held in place with the holes you drilled. It's kind of handy.
Yes, I'm in a better mood now because that phone call made my life and Genius Garage's life better. For all of those of you who were following the Lycan build, you know it's been gone for 2 months. That's because it's at a place that was going to paint it for positive exposure, except they instead decided to do nothing at all and just use it to show off to people. However, someone else, very cool, has decided, yeah, we want to paint that. So I'm in a much better mood. It'll be great for Genius Garage and it'll be lots of good content. But enough of that, this is the Zero and whatever. You guys aren't gonna make fun of me at all right now?
Well, you finally got off the phone.
Yeah.
It's nice to see that you're not Mr. Grumpy Pants anymore.
I'll try harder. All right, so check this out. And so originally when I made the framework of the lid, and if someone accidentally says the Salami Lid, the camera guy will lose it. Losing his mind right now. Come here, Salami Lid. I want to show him. It's all right, dude. It's all right. The Salami Lid. All right. Can you okay?
Salami Lid. Salami Lid.
Salami Lid. This is what TikTok has done to the world. That was TikTok, right?
Nope.
No, what was it?
I just found it somewhere.
What do you do normally?
I don't know. I just scour the internet for memes in the garbage.
Okay. All right, so anyway, check this out, you guys. We cut this, and I was really excited, but then I realized I'm an idiot. Because when I made this, the pieces were flat, and everything worked fine. But because this is crowned, and I didn't account for that in my design, what happens is when you start to open the lid, watch this. Hey, go back down. Go down more, all the way. This starts coming like up but back. So initially, go back down. The back side of the lid went straight down, and what happened is as you would open it, it would collide with that and you were screwed. So go ahead and open it. We got it to where it's clearing right now. This has to come up a little bit, go up more. And then this will work here, and then that'll be, it won't come up any higher than that. That's like extreme. And if you want to go back, Aaron, you can kind of get a look at the whole vision of it. So here's obviously the lid and the windshield with regard to that. There'll be an extra frame inside this to hold the windshield so that the windshield will be flush mount to this thin sheet metal here. So hopefully it gives it just a really slick look. If you want to come a little closer, I'll show you this too. This is the initial part of it, but this tube right here clears the framework of what will be the lid by about 1/8 inch, and we had to leave this open. It's not finished yet so that we can get to adjusting the shocks and moving for your camber. And then obviously we're working on stitch welding paneling in for the rest of the interior. There's a little bit of a bracing going on here for this. If somebody drove over top of you, you don't want to get driven over top. Let's just not go that way. But it makes for a great oh shit bar for the passenger and a place we could potentially weld on little tabs if I need to hold little gauges over here or whatnot. So we'll get there. But that's what's going on with this. You guys mind going back down? And then lastly, if you come over here and look, the other thing that we will be making, and we'll have to figure out exactly how we're doing it, this will be filled to a certain point, and then this panel will have a piece of metal that comes back and is flush, so that metal will come up with a tang and obviously cover in this area. And there's still gaps and things that have to be filled. So that's what's going on. But basically, and you guys know, here, come on over here as far as finishing this up. This car has completely blown my mind and blown every expectation for me as a car builder for what I've been doing my whole life, building cars, on just how time consuming it is to do something like this. Previous to it, the Omega car was the most time consuming project I had ever done, and it was massive building this, but because I came up with experimental ways to do it and kind of sculpting it and making it, it was insanely time consuming, but it wasn't as much as this. So that's why I said I have just massive appreciation for handmade cars from this time period, whether it's 50s or 60s. And as much as I like to dog on the fact that wealthy people inflate the prices of old cars too much, maybe the cars should be worth that much, because there's just not that many people that build stuff like this anymore, and it's not easy. So It's giving me a new journey into time and appreciation, which is interesting. Zoomer, have you learned anything or gained any new appreciations for life or the past through this project?
Well, just in my short time working on the car, it's kind of made me reconsider what actually goes on with actual automakers and how cars really are designed and made. Even, you know, it's really nice that we have a bunch of technology and stuff that make it a lot easier to pump out a ton of cars and stuff. But still, there's a lot of thought and there's a lot of energy that has to go into making these cars before they put it into production. And even when they're in there, it's kind of amazing to see where modern auto manufacturing has come to this point.
That's a good point. So do you actually appreciate modern production-based cars even more now that they're easy to get and drive and they're amazing and stuff?
I don't like them, but yeah, I definitely appreciate the work that goes into them.
Fair enough. Should we see if the Boomer learned anything?
I don't know. The boomers are kind of proud. They don't really learn anything.
Ooh,
anymore.
be careful, be careful. Ooh. Boomer, did you learn anything?
Well, I was just having fun putting my hands on the body and getting some work in, getting some practice, that sort of thing. It was nice to pass along some information to these young folks.
I appreciate them.
Did he just turn that around on us?
He was, yeah. He
While I
a
was
lot
gesturing? Yes, those are
Yes.
nice things. I enjoy having you here. What do you think of this car and this build? I mean, you were working on World War II airplanes and stuff. So what do you think about this?
I've had fun. It's great. I've always admired this design, and it's nice to be able to actually work on it, put it together.
Well, I'm glad. All right, you guys, next week we'll bring you back to the time-lapse action. In all honesty, it was so insanely detailed and intense. It was too much with the camera and everything going on. So I hope you guys enjoy this, a little bit of back and forth. Good things are happening, and an even better video next week. See you guys then.
Very cool thing happening right now at the Packard American Motor Company. They're debuting their very first watch. This is the 1899 Model A. It's a mechanical automatic movement with a beautiful stainless steel case. All the parts are made in Switzerland. It's assembled right here in the United States. If you happen to have a Packard, you can get your serial number engraved right on it, but you guys need to go to packardamerica.us. This particular watch is mine. I'm looking very forward to wearing it more. It's frankly very comfortable and one of the best watches I've ever had. But this one's mine, not yours. You can't have it. Get your own. packardamerica.us.